Hey y'all, I'm back. Come on in and let's finish up our door swag. Just gonna find you. There you are. I gotcha. You just watched part 1? Well, now you get to watch part 2 live. Hello, everybody. So, I figured out what I'm going to do with the snowflakes. So, because I could only find 4 of my snowflakes, we're going to put 1 on each corner, 1 on each side of the swag part going down, and we're going to put a bow right in the middle. So that's how I fixed that problem. Hello. All right, so let me bring you down and let's make a bow. All right, so I am just using this red, the solid red, 2.5 inch. With this very cute red and white stripe. So now I do have to remember that the bow is going to hang down over my door. So I've got to be careful. So I may have to cut this down, but I'm going to make it like I would any other bow. I know, twice in one day. I got to get this done and hung, y'all. I'm feeling the crunch. Feeling the crunch. And this coming weekend, we are going to Santa Wonderland and College Station. So Saturday, I'll be gone all day. You haven't started yet? Girl, you better get started. Thanks for floating my boat. And look at this black. So normally my indoor decorations, my hint of black is usually a harlequin. But since I can't find my picks, I have to bring in another black. So I found this and I was like, oh, that's pretty. So this is the black that I am highlighting everything with. Oh, that's right. You went and hung out with Dre, huh? How was that? Putting up the tree this week. So I generally use my 2.5 as my middle loops. She took me, oh, the barbecue. But did she take you to get some pizza? They have the best pizza place over there. If not, you'll have to remind her next time. And then we're going to come back with our 1.5. I'm glad you had fun though. All right. Yes. Tell her we need to go get pizza the next time you're down there. Or over there, or up there. Wherever you came from. You thought about popping in on me? You could have. I'd have put you to work. Okay. Bow is done. Fluffed out. Somehow I always seem to get my middle loops 2 different sizes. I don't know how I do that, but just I'd have just put you to work. That's it. Oh, I missed a loop. I was like, where's my third one? Here's part 2. All right, so there's our bow. So let's get, and I'm going to use these picks to add to the swag. So let's get our main one up here. Get it going the right way. All right, so the middle is right here. So that's where our bow is going to go. But first, I have to, we can't put our bow yet because I'm going to do some bridges. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lay this one over the top, and that's how we're going to bridge this one. See if I can get this up here. And we'll just use this to keep our stuff on. Let's put my water somewhere else. Uh-oh, am I going to have enough on this one? Let me see. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough on this solid, so let me bring out the other solid. Yeah, you can use candy cane ribbon even on your Valentine's, y'all. All right. Now we're rocking and rolling. So we're going to grab another zip tie. We're going to start here, and we're going to bridge to here, and bridge to the middle, bridge to here, and bridge to here. Okay? So we're adding another zip tie. So we've got 3 zip ties in each of the thingies. Okay, so I'm going to lay that right in the middle. I'm going to scrunch it up and lay that right into the zip tie and zip tie it. Now remember, our snowflake is going here, so that's why I'm bridging out this way. Okay, so we're going to bridge to the white. Just load all these whites. So here. Last one is here. I was watching your live from this morning. Well, I think we're going to finish it. So hopefully I won't keep you too long. I'm going to measure and see how long my bridges are. Okay, so I'm doing a 13-inch bridge. Okay, and then we're just gonna gather it here. Put it right in our zip tie. Lori brought me a couple in Chicago when we met up. Yes. Okay, so I've got my bridge just high so that it's touching the underneath of that ribbon. Perks, exactly. Hold on. Oh, this one needs to go here. That's right. Okay, so let me take this one out. Move our zip tie. Scrunch it again. Hey, hey, there's my jelly bean. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this off because we don't need to continue. I was going to, but then my thingies were off, so we're going to start on this side. Okay, and this one I am bridging to the white and then to the red. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Just switch these around. Scrunch that up. I should have just left it and work. Y'all like just work from one side, and then when you have to work from the other, it kind of throws you off. She's good for that, Lynn. I didn't get to watch all of it. I had to, my groceries were delivered, so I had to bring my groceries in. Because we can't let Monk's popsicles melt. One more. So this one's going to go here. You're going to hear me talking to myself quite a bit because I have to remind myself what I had planned. And if I don't say it out loud, I'm not going to remember. So that one's done. Let me cut that off. So I'm going to do things in order, kind of. So I did the bridges on here, so I'm going to keep bridging on my two side pieces, and then we're going to come back and add the black, add the bow, add the picks. So I'm kind of doing everything so my mind stays right. So where's the top? Okay, this is the top. of this side. And this is the top of this side. All right, so we're going to bridge from here to here and then have our tails. Perfect. Okay. Does your mind stay? I try to keep it right, but no, it usually doesn't. Usually doesn't. So we're going there. We're skipping, going here. Skipping, going here. Perfect. Flip these around. Let me make sure I'm going to have enough for this side. And I am. I think Dre's using rectangle boards for her front door as well. So I'll be anxious to see how she's going to do hers. Who's bothering me? Oh, Tanya. Tanya runs my YouTube channel, so she's asking for pics. Right. Ooh, we just had enough. Now, if you need to, you can go and tack that with glue. I try not to, because sometimes that glue, if you put too much, will show through your ribbon. So you don't want that. No, she didn't know I'm live. She doesn't stalk my page. She just gets on my YouTube channel and sees where I've uploaded things, and then she fixes it from there and adds pics. All right. And we'll do 10. We'll do 15-inch tails. Okay, so my tails will kind of go like that. And we'll curl them up. Kind of like that, or I may just leave it one on top of the other and curl them together. We'll have to see what I like. Oh, I kind of like that too, huh? That looks cute. I may keep it like that. Okay, so we've got one more. That's my top. Is this like watching paint dry, y'all? Alright, so we're going to go here. Skip one and go here. Do your kids know? They do not. Now, Johnny does help me quite a bit. He's like my engineer when I have things I need hung or just can't quite figure out something. He is my go-to. He cuts my styrofoam balls in half and things like that, but they don't craft. But I didn't even craft until, what, this is just my 5th year of doing this. So I've always been crafty, but never, like, crafted, if that makes sense. Okay, so that one. I've got enough on there. But my mom is a painter, so it kind of runs in the family if you do something with it. I guess. Is that how it works? Hello, hello. Make sure that's still on 13. Yeah. We were looking at Christmas presents for Monk while Taylor and I were getting our nails done yesterday. And she had come across this site and it was awesome. So he's an engineer. And I think he used to work for NASA and a couple other places as an engineer, but came up with his own toy line, I guess. So it's a subscription, so they get one new toy a month, but it's from an engineer's mind, so they have to build it. He teaches them online how to build the things, and that kind of thing. So I was like, well, that's kind of awesome because, you know, he can get off his games. We don't let him play games, you know, for a long time every day. He gets like 30 minutes, but gets his mind thinking about other things. So I was like, that's a perfect Christmas gift for him because he doesn't really like play with toys. Alright, so we need a 15-inch tail, approximately there. Is it passports? No, that doesn't ring a bell. I forget what the name of it is, but it's an engineer who put this thing together. He loved crafting with wood. Alright, so let's cut this at an angle. And I do like curling these together. I liked how that looked. So that's what we're going to do. So it curls right over and kind of softens that big poof right there. So let's do the same thing here. And I probably will kind of tack it under here so if it does come through, it won't show under that. So it kind of stays right there in the middle. Okay, so now we need to let's get this out of here. Let's get us some room. Up here, but I have to keep it here for a second. Making sure I'm still, this is the top, and that's the top one. So I kind of want y'all to kind of picture it in your head. Okay, so those will be zip tied right together, and then the snowflake kind of sits. Look how pretty that's gonna be. And it might be too close. Yeah, I think we're just gonna keep the two snowflakes, one on each end, and then the bow right here in the middle, in bright colors. So right, you could spray paint them. All right, so here's our middle. Oh, just smushed my... Where's the daggone hole? Here's that side. There we go. Get it going the right way here. There we go. Oh, there's my third one. Thanks. All right, the tails. These curled up. We're gonna add some black funky tails, I think, or we may do something else. Hold on. This red ribbon doesn't hold up really well, but it's going to be fine for me. But if you put like a more like this red and white striped, so you can see it kind of holds up that solid red. That's not a very good ribbon. Okay, and then all right, let me see. We've got to add some black. What might I do? Instead of doing funky tails, now on my tree, I don't measure when I do this part because I like them all different lengths and different ways of doing these. So let me see. We do 20 and 10. That might add just enough. No, it's not long enough. We do 25. Yeah, that's what I want. So we're going to do 25. So I'm going to do at least 4 of these. And I probably could have added a little bit of black to that bow, but I didn't think about it. And then just scrunch that. Let me see if I have some black ones in here. And I do. Let's use the black. And I could probably even half these, but I'm not going to. And then we'll kind of put these right here. I know y'all are being like, what the heck is she doing? But I promise you, you'll like it. Just breaks up a little bit of the red and white, y'all. That's all we're doing. Just like that. Why not zip tie? You could. Does anybody else add black to their designs? All right, then all we have to do is, I'm gonna do, I actually may do two more. So I'm gonna do one here, and I'll probably do one there as well. So I'm gonna probably do two more, and I'll finish that one before I end here. You will now. Now I just E6000 these on. So I'm not gonna pull, well actually I don't remember which one I just did. The 3 I did last night, but I don't remember which one I did this morning. Fell right out of my hand. That's what I'm doing. That is the goal of spending this much time to do this. So after Christmas, all I have to do is take out the snowflakes, add some pink ribbon, and I have Valentine's. So that was already in the works. I actually may add this one more to the end. Let me see. Because I don't like how that dips right there. Because there's really nothing for it to sit on. But if I bring it out, so I'm actually going to go through this mesh. See, hold on. I may not have to. We'll just use these outside ones. And I'm just putting this on there to show y'all because I have to connect. Yeah, I don't like how that's sitting. So I'm actually going to go through the mesh. And so it will sit on this poof, just like that. But I'm going to connect the bottom pieces before I put the actual snowflakes on. Yeah, Doors, she does have some awesome designs, but I've already got all of the hearts and everything. So I'll just recycle and reuse. All right, so we'll do this one and then we will call this live done. And then I'll get it all zip tied together, get it up, and take a picture. And I don't like to spend a lot of money on my designs for Valentine's and those kinds of things, St. Patty's Day. So a lot of my tree decorations for Easter, Valentine's, St. Patty's, most of them are from Dollar Tree. I add a little bit of ribbon, and the ribbon makes everything pop, y'all. Alright, so that's the top. This is the outside, this is the inside, so we're going to bring these this way. My son drilled holes into the brick. Specifically for this idea. This one in. I may add these on each side of that bow as well, now that I'm looking at it from up here. And that'll make that bow pop a little bit more than what it is. All right. Let's see if we can bring that top piece back up here. Okay, so yeah, I am going to add a black on each side to make that bow pop. Otherwise, it kind of blends in too much. That'll go there. That'll go there. I may add black here. I'm not sure about that yet. But there you go. It's coming together, y'all. And then and then I'll just add these fun snowflake picks. And I won't even have to glue them because I'm going to take them right off, right? So I'll just run them. I'll probably have to cut them down a little bit, but I don't want to do that yet. But we'll just kind of run them through. Outside, inside. Maybe not there. Go here. Just to add a little bit more of the snow flakes. All right, y'all, that's it. I'm gonna get 2 more cut here. So I need 4 more pieces of the black, but I'm not gonna keep y'all unless you just want to hang out. But really, that's all I'm gonna be doing, and then we'll get it hung up. All right. So I will see y'all. What is today? VIP. We will see you tonight for chit chat. So if you have any questions, go post them on the event. Otherwise, I will see the rest of y'all when I see you. All right. Bye, y'all.